Hey guys, this is Justa guy here with the new SMP with JJ, tentatively called Kingdoms SMP. Right here I'm on our base. I'm teamed up with Zero and some other people. We're building like little mini kingdoms, and we're gonna do stuff. There's a couple plugins and Datapacks and mods or whatever. I'll have a link in the description of all the ones that are there. I'm not quite sure what they all do yet. I did not record a opening before, but I have like an hour or two of our first day on the server, so I'll be trying to edit that down to something usable. But as you can see, we're getting somewhere, and enjoy. Hey guys, it's just the guy here, just with a little bit of a post notes. Yeah, OBS failed to record Discord while I was recording. I don't know if because I turned something on or off, or my computer updated. I haven't changed any of my settings that I know of, but yeah, so instead of you guys trying to sit through me talking to myself and not being able to hear the other half of the conversation, I'm just going to do a time lapse of this first day, which was mostly just exploring and me getting to where our base is going to be anyway. But you did miss out on some conversation between me and Zero and stuff, which is unfortunate. Lots of hijinks ensued and all that good stuff. But yeah, so on with the little time lapse. Trying to condense 2 hours of content into like 10 minutes, give or take. It's one of those times where I kind of wish I had the internet to stream, because some things like this, long tasks, are just much better streaming than trying to do a YouTube video. But here I try, guys. Editing. Well guys, I'm going to be doing some voiceovers here, so I don't have to sit through 20 some odd minutes of sped up footage. I couldn't speed it up anymore, otherwise the frames got kind of jumpy and it probably give people epilepsy or something. But yeah, just basically me walking across the world looking at things. You know, JJ did a custom world for this. He used MC Editor or something like that. I don't remember the exact program name to custom build this, and looks pretty amazing, especially as you see me get out into the mountains. You see some more custom trees, see the custom shorelines and like stuff, more coral and stuff, all these rivers that naturally flow. The downside of these, of course, is you can't boat upriver because you can't go up elevations of water in a boat, not without bubble columns or something. But yeah, I think this is cool. Don't have, you know, any advanced tree breaking data packs in right now currently, even though it's part of Vanilla Plus normally. But yeah, I just mess around in the woods and the mountains at first, and then I push on. Zero and pretty sure it was Castle Walker or Cake Boy invited me to their little group out in the middle of nowhere. I got a little lost, but you know, this is me trying to be king of the mountain. At first I want to get to this tallest mountain, one that's above the cloud line. Then I found out JJ had actual tallest mountains. I, you know, abandoned that. The only downside of these custom world mods is cobblestone is actually a little bit more rarer depending on where you are. Like right here in the mountains, there's actually quite a bit of stone. But some of the other ones, you run into, you know, clay or terracotta or blackstone or whatever, and not actual cobblestone. Alright, so this is where I start to go down to meet up with Zero. As you can see though, I obviously have no food and I am, you know, starving to death, which seems to be the big thing on most multiplayer servers. The food available in Minecraft really doesn't scale up well to multiple people in the same small area. Especially since the better loot tables were a little messed up to begin with, and they drop more loot like bones and other things that Zero thought would be interesting to give to an animal. Like some animals that don't drop meat normally give meat. The problem is of course, some of the animals that normally drop meat only have like a 1 in 3 or a 1 in 4 chance of dropping that now. So you get less food, even if you do kill an animal. And I was me tabbing over to look at the Dynmap they have hooked up to the server, which is a really amazing map. You saw a little bit briefly of what the world looks like at the home spawn. There's actually a map that shows like in real time where all the players are and stuff, and you can zoom in and out, and you can see like elevation changes and everything. It's really cool, but it is a little awkward to try to navigate by that. I don't have OBS set to capture the second screen. Well, not the second screen, but second tab. Not fancy enough to have a second screen. But here's a pretty generic forest. Although the mushrooms are a nice touch. Here's the major river. This is where I start to have the trouble with going upstream. And then I found out I was going the wrong way because I was following Zero's tag, but he had teleported the spawn to do some admin things. So I got turned around halfway through because I started to follow his tag when he moved. As far as I know, so far Zero hasn't cheated in any way. He's just using the admin things to do admin things. He's not teleporting around like willy-nilly, because at one point he does die and he has to boat back from spawn himself too, so it's not like he's just cheating blatantly. Otherwise we'd be having diamond block houses and stuff like that. This is where you can start to see some of the custom trees, like you might have briefly seen on the left as we come around this corner. Coconut trees, basically, with, you know, make palm trees with cocoa things from a jungle tree on a smaller tree to make it look like palm trees. Obviously, the ocean, you know, you got honey blocks and all that are exposed because the different biomes give different underground layers and stuff. It's kind of cool. You get glass, you can get honey, you can get a lot of weird things. And then the oceans themselves, as I'm getting swarmed by millions of dolphins, have quite a bit more coral and stuff in them. Almost all the cliff sides are really epic, you know, really steep. I haven't seen too many gradual beaches. Here we are coming up on somebody's house. I can't remember who it was, but they built their house on a little beach there. Had beachfront property. It's the first build I'd really come across, and now you can see my boat that doesn't float, but I'm catching up to Zero and Gekko, I believe, as they were exploring around on this lake. And we met up, and hijinks were had. This was Zero trying to play with the fishes, but be careful when you play with lightning, because yeah, he shocked us on accident. But now he's rowing me home. Had a bit of a race. Fortunately, we lost. As you can see, the warm water especially is just beautiful in this. I mean, the warm water is just nice color naturally in Minecraft, but the extra coral and all that stuff makes it look really good. And this is a swamp biome right here, whatever this desolate area. We can have some plans of making it look like an industrial dump site or something. But here's the home sweet home to begin with. Just a little mine shaft in the ground and a plot of land with some crops. Don't know what's going on here. I don't know if the loot tables were messed up slightly or not. But I had like 63 bone meal or something, and I only got like 11 wheat out of it. It was kind of crazy. It also made me remind me that bread is such a lousy food. So I brought the technology of beds to our little base. My first contribution. Because nobody's been able to find sheep or anything. And then we find out that every time you place a chest, the claims happen, so you can't break walls or blocks. You have to go to declaim or trust, and we didn't know about trust so much at the time, so we kept declaiming. And that's a cool little function too of the Vanilla Plus. Every time somebody dies, you hear like a thunderbolt and a lightning. See a lightning bolt. Alright, so here's me going mining. As you can see, right below us is pretty much all terracotta. And I just go down even further and it's lots and lots of terracotta. Vanilla ores are still there and some extra ores as well. The generations are slightly different. I think there's more of some and less of others. I think you get larger chunks of ore, iron ore, more diamonds but less diamonds. Like there's more chunks of them but they're in clusters of like 2 or 3 instead of the larger amounts now. You can't get like 8 of them or whatever normally. Lava I guess is also more rare or more common but in smaller patches. I personally in my first day or 2 must have dug like 1,000 or so blocks without running into any lava. And here's just me upgrading to an iron pick, I believe. Just in case I come across diamonds. I didn't want to have nothing. Which is unfortunately the sad fact of having all those terracotta and stuff instead of stone is you don't get cobblestone. You can't easily make stone tools or furnaces. Here I'm a little confused apparently. There we go. More claiming hijinks I believe. This was Zero's little starter house he showed me. It's just little, 9x9 or whatever house. Trying to get out of this little hole in the ground. And we took all the iron that I got to make our first project, which was a smelter. I usually do it a different way. Zero likes to do a more compact way, so he broke mine down and redid it. But I usually have all of them going up vertically because I don't mind, but he wants it in the front, so it's as small space as possible, but I don't generally like the fuel being in the front chest or anything. It's just weird. But as you can see, he likes these little houses because they're very modular. You can just keep adding to them. I think they're kind of cramped, to be honest, but we moved out of it fairly fast. Alright, and this is the night. Obviously, the server said it is. We can't sleep through the night easily. Night and day cycles are extended for Vanilla Plus as normal. I think it's about double. So it's about 16 minutes or so a day, 16 minutes a night. If somebody sleeps, it speeds up the day or night, or speeds up the night by a fraction of the speed. So if one person sleeps out of 5, it's 1/5 as fast. If there's 2 people, it's 50% faster or something like that. If you're the only person on, it's instant skip. If everybody sleeps, obviously, it's instant skip. But here's me mining down more. As you can see, I get some diamonds pretty fast. 2 of them, not enough to really do much unless I want to make a shovel or a hoe. But just go down and down. Lots of terracotta, which we end up using. We decided to pretty much use terracotta as one of our base blocks. We're gonna go basically by the biome we're in, so we're using terracotta and blackstone as the plan eventually. And here's where we had some visitors. We went on a pretty epic fights at night just to get enough string to make some beds, and talked people into making bunk beds, which I thought was funny. This is where our problem was, though. As our visitors left, they broke the beds and took it with them, and broke the bed Zero had his spawn set too, so we had to walk back from spawn. Very frustrating. Especially since we talked about that problem like several times. But yeah. I just love that you can put beds on top of each other in Minecraft and they actually work. And that was where Zero died. I got his stuff for him. Not much, other than some iron gear and stuff. Got booted from the server for a little bit. It's because I put the Wither Skull head on. Obviously I was too powerful. Oh, there's a delay. As you just saw, I also found out there's, you know, nether quartz obviously in the overworld now. Mostly because JJ was working on possibly doing a custom nether, and he wanted to give us access to quartz if he, because the nether is currently blocked. And he wants to go all there as a big group. Unfortunately, from what I understand now, future me, apparently the program he uses to edit the world isn't updated to 1.16.3 or whatever for the nether, so he can't change that one. So we might go in there without it being edited by the looks of it, as far as I know now. And here's where I hit another biome. We moved into Blackstone. I think it's normally underneath oceans or whatever, just at the very bottom layers. But just more mining, more iron. Must feed the beast, so to speak. And here we get a bunch of sheep and cows. Despite having basically no passive mobs on this plains biome for a very long time, suddenly it seems like they all just appeared around our base, so that was nice. But they're a little tricky. You can't really tell the speed up version, but they really did not want to pathfind towards me despite holding wheat. I don't know if it's because the tick rate has changed or the game rate has changed, but they walked towards me very slowly and lost interest really fast. We got some sheep, we'll get some cows, just a little pit at first because they didn't have any fence posts. I put up a little roof just to make sure they didn't get struck by lightning or something weird. And one block shot. Well guys, I'm not quite sure how this is gonna all come together. I don't even know the name of the server per se yet. I think we're still debating it. It's like Kingdom Come or something or whatever, but Kingdom Craft or whatever. But yeah, this is just a guy signing off. Catch you guys later. Bye.